Good evening, everyone, and welcome to Grace Christian Warrior Baseball. Scott Mills along with Chuck Perkins. We are glad to be here with you on a cloudy, a few sprinkles here at the ballpark this afternoon. Chuck, when I come to the ballpark, I bring the sprinkles with me, man.
You bring liquid sunshine. How about it? Let's go with it that way. We won't call it rain, and people don't like that one. We'll call it liquid sunshine.
Liquid sunshine. I like that. Well, as we look at the weather for the next couple of hours, we do have about a 30% chance of a shower over the next couple of hours. Rain chance is going to increase later on tonight, but hopefully the rain will hold off and we'll be able to get this baseball game in. Before we get started here tonight, we do want to send our thoughts and prayers out to all those folks in Central Arkansas up in the Little Rock area today. Little Rock just devastated by a huge tornado that ripped through there earlier this afternoon. I mean, just entire neighborhoods wiped out, and so we want to send our thoughts and prayers. It's kind of personal to me. I know a lot of people up there, so all afternoon long I'm trying to check in with my people and, hey, how you doing? Everybody okay? And had one that was stuck on the interstate up there and with another cell moving toward her.
Yes.
Or just get off the road.
Yeah, and storms have been like the devastation of storms here recently, because wasn't there one in Mississippi?
Last weekend, and now Little Rock this weekend.
Rolling Fork, as a matter of fact, that's where my sister-in-law was born and raised, right there in that Little Rock that married my brother. Mm-hmm. She's from that area, that Rolling Fork area, not Little Rock, but Rolling Fork in Mississippi.
Right.
So, yeah, within a week, we've got two neighbors, really, that have just been absolutely decimated their little towns. So.
Yeah, they're saying like 75,000 without power right now within Little Rock, and 360,000 people there. And when that thing started hitting, the National Weather Service has issued one of their highest warnings, for massive devastation. And boy, our thoughts and prayers go out with all those folks up there tonight in Little Rock. It's, you come out to a ballpark, you kind of come out to get away from stuff like that. You don't want to think about the bad stuff that's going on in the world. That's one of the reasons we love sports and love to get out. But we do want to pause just for a minute and really think about those folks up there and send out our thoughts and prayers.
Yeah, and we know that God is in control of it. We don't understand why and what things are going on, but we absolutely know God is in control because he controls everything. So, it's not for us to understand, but just to basically bow down and say, God, we know you've got it.
Yeah.
We're leaving it in your hands. We're not going to try to take it away from you because, by golly, we know we can't.
It is crazy because I have one that's we're about to have our national.
Yeah.
Hello, everyone, and welcome out to beautiful Merrill Blackburn Field here on the historic grounds of England Airport. Greatest time for baseball at Bird. The Grace Christian Warriors would like to thank all of their 2022 sponsors for making this season a success. As a reminder, ladies and gentlemen, the restrooms and the concession stands are located in the press box area. Also a reminder, tobacco and tobacco products are forbidden inside the stadium. At this time, if you would please rise, gentlemen, kindly remove your caps as we honor America with the playing of our national anthem.
All right, our national anthem playing tonight as Grace Christian gets set to take on the Westlake Rams. Westlake, just north of Lake Charles, about 86 miles away from Alexandria. Something's got to give tonight, Chuck. Both these teams on a 3-game skid, hoping to break that skid tonight. I'll tell you, we're talking about the weather. The wind is blowing straight out tonight. It's not going to take much to take some balls out of this park.
About 12, 14-mile-an-hour winds. It's supposed to be gusting up in 20s, even maybe possibly the 30s. Later on in the evening, that's what I was tracking the weather earlier.
They're going to be bunting it out into the outfield.
A bunt could get you an infield fly rule back, actually. So, yeah, you're absolutely right. So it'll be interesting to see how many times I have to swing this camera around to catch one going over the fence tonight.
Grace Christian comes in with a record of 9-4. Westlake sitting at 11-8. Of course, this is a non-district game. Westlake has done better on the road than they have at home. Chuck, they've got a winning record on the road at 7-5.
Not good for the home team then.
So Grace Christian trying to break this 3-game losing skid. Now, I do not have Westlake's roster tonight. Doug was supposed to text that to me. And, here's Doug just now.
There you go. I was fixing to say.
Right on cue, he's got the roster for me.
The other last game we did here, it was the same way. It's like just about this time, there it came in. So, and he was scrambling to get it together and get them called out. So if you want to call them out whenever you get your look at it.
All right. I'm just going to set it right here, and we'll call them up as they come to bat.
Okay.
Up first, let's see. We're going to have number 3, Jace Dawson.
Jace Dawson.
He's going to be the third baseman. Yep.
And on the mound tonight for the Warriors, number 27, he batted the other day, and I'm trying to pull a name.
That would be Zach Crail. All right, to make sure I hold on to this.
Might be Craig. Look down at the bottom. Maybe that might help, because if they have it written.
That is Zach Craig.
Craig, okay.
Yeah.
Sometimes penmanship, I've noticed, of these coaches.
Baseball coaches are the worst.
Yeah.
They are the worst.
Well, you got doctors, then you have police officers, and you have baseball coaches.
And baseball coaches,
yes.
Yep. Yeah, we did a travel ball tournament last year, and every team that came through there would handwrite their roster and bring it up to me, and I couldn't read it. I was like, hey, come back. Let's talk about this.
And don't worry. I'm not trash talking police officers. I'm just saying because I were one, and so I know exactly how my handwriting was. The whole point of signing the ticket where they couldn't read it was so they couldn't call in a complaint real quick on you. That's what they taught us in the academy. I don't know how true that was, but that's what they taught us.
All right, here we go. First man up.
And the sun is coming out. I was fixing to call you Doug. I paused on that.
Trying to pull my roster back up here. It keeps wanting to fly off my phone. All right, looked like we had.
That's high winds. Really tough. Blowing the roster off your phone.
Mm-hmm. That's high for a ball in there.
I think it's 2.
Yeah, I believe we're 2-0. The scoreboard is not updated.
Thankfully, ours down here in the bottom left-hand corner of your screen is. That's our Wallace Eye Associates.
That's hard hit out into left field. Trying to get under it. He's going to make the catch. Good catch over there by number 7, and that's Aiden Cook.
That's a nice way to get started. 2 pitches, a hit out there, catching in the foul territory to register the first out.
Aiden had to run to get it, but he was able to get under it and get the first out of the ball game, and that brings up our second batter, which is Cash Martin, number 10. And he is going to be our center fielder, it appears. That one's hit again over Aiden. He can't get to that one. Hits the fence. Now throws it in. That's going to be a double for Cash Martin.
Well hit ball. That was at first pitch. Smack there.
And that's going to bring up number 18, Trey Brown, to the plate with a man on second, 1 out here in the bottom of the first. Actually, the top of the first. High for a ball.
Last night's game where they lost that one 15-10. 3, I think it was. They had 3 home runs, or it might have been 15-7. I'm missing the score. But anyway, they had 3 home runs. The Warriors hit 3 home runs, but he ended up having to go through 6 pitchers, he told me earlier.
That one's high for a ball. 2-0.
Here, I'll put this little monitor on for you in case you need it.
The 2-0 pitch. Throws it in there, low for a ball. 3-0.
Sound like it skipped across the derf down there,
The
right?
Durf?
The derf. It's that dirty turf.
3-0 pitch coming. Now it looked like he was going to try and tag the runner at second. Runner's back there, though.
Gave him a look back, huh?
That's Cash Martin standing at second. Hit a double just a few moments ago.
3-0 coming.
The 3-0 pitch. It's in there for a strike. 3-1. It was a well-thrown pitch.
Yes.
Three and one the count. That's a swing and a miss. Count goes full. So Craig has worked back in this one after getting down 3-0.
Yeah, that was one of those, the steal was on, so he's going to have to swing at it regardless. And I guess unless it was already in the dirt, but he was swinging at that one regardless just to get his man on.
Martin did go over to third, and so we've got a runner in scoring position. 1 out, full count, struck him out. Right down the pike.
Nice throw there.
We'll just put a K by that. First strikeout of the game for Zach Craig. And that's going to bring up cleanup batter Ethan Kuntz, number 7. First baseman.
First pitch outside for a ball there, Scott.
All right, ball 1 to Ethan.
Sit here and tell myself Scott, because I'm trying to say Doug every time.
I'm a little taller than Doug.
Yes,
just a little bit. He's got more hair, but I'm taller.
I don't know about that.
All right, we got a 1-0 count. Runner on third, 1 out. In the top of the first. Runner at third looks to run. That one's in there for a ball.
Stayed up a little bit high. I was trying to get that one to drop in there. Just didn't get it to drop enough.
2-0 the count. That's in there for a strike. 2-1.
I'm glad the clouds are gone, but
That sun.
the sun is starting to beat me up a little bit.
That's high for a ball. 3-1.
Trying to keep a good view without it whitewashing out too much with that sun, so I have to adjust the camera a little bit.
Here comes the 3-1. Swing and a miss. Count goes full. The Westlake bunch, they were energetic before the game, singing along with all the songs that were playing. That's a hard hit ball into left field, and that's going to go foul. Just goes foul.
I think it rolls out of play too.
Count is 3-2. Let's do it again. Zach Craig with 1 strikeout here in this first inning. Had a pop fly earlier. So we've got 2 gone here. Payoff pitch coming. It's high for a ball. Walked him. Now we've got runners at the corners. Runners at the corners with 2 down, and that brings up Brody Boudreaux. He's going to be our catcher tonight. Wearing number 8. Two gone here in the first. The visitors' half of the first. We've got runners at the corners. Now we're going to have a little talk at the mound.
Coach Brown had told me earlier, also before the game, that he's got a few personnel missing, and you can see that on first base. That is not Kenyon Wright over there. Usually he plays first, but that is number 11 on the roster for the Warriors. Is that Adelise?
Cooper Courtwright.
Cooper Courtwright. There we go. Okay. I think Adelise is over here on shortstop, number 9. All right.
Yep.
Meeting is over.
Warriors kind of playing a little short-handed tonight, but it's baseball, so it's all hands on deck.
Nicely done.
All right, 2 gone here in the top of the first. We've got runners at the corners. First pitch coming to Brody Boudreaux. Playing a little cat and mouse out there at first base.
Trying to get them catch them on a take, if you will.
I have 1 stolen base here in this inning. Now the batter calls time.
He's going to get in the game.
We may get this first pitch thrown at this at bat here in a minute.
Yeah.
Quite a difference in the college game that we've seen. There goes the runner, thrown, and no tag. The second baseman unable to get it, and that's going to score a run. And so 1 run comes across after the catcher tried to tag the runner out at second.
Throw him out, yeah.
Yep, and the second baseman just couldn't get a handle on it. Seth Cook here at second. Just couldn't get a handle on that one. So that allows Cash Martin to score. And we've got Kuntz at second. He walked just a few moments ago. There's a 1-1 pitch. 2 gone here in the Westlake first, but they were able to get a runner across, and they lead at 1-0. That one's in the dirt. And Kuntz had got a big lead over here at second.
I'll tell you how beautiful that cloud is up in the sky right now.
Yes, it is. That one's hit on the ground and goes foul over on the third base side.
LJ digging for it, but it was far enough out where he could not reach it. So
Probably best just to let that one go.
Yeah.
Because that would have been a hard throw to make to try and tag the runner at first.
Absolutely would.
2-2 the count. 1-0. Westlake with the lead here. Top of the first. 2 gone. Runner goes from second. They throw. Is it in time? No, he's safe.
Got him because he rolled off. Yep.
Oh, he rolled off and got the third out. All right. So
LJ over there stayed on the play with the ball in his glove, and just the Rams player just kept rolling like a shark attack.
little too much momentum there.
Too much. Go ahead.
1-0, and Grace is coming up to bat here on 446 Sports.
Appliance Parts Company in Alexandria has all your major appliance parts needs. We sell parts to all major appliances as well as new appliances, including window units, chest, and upright freezers. Appliance Parts originally opened its doors on Lee Street in 1972, and we're now open at a new location on Memorial Drive to serve you better. Stop by, say hey to our crew, and check out our awesome holiday gifts. Appliance Parts, 2208 Memorial Drive in Alexandria next to Target. Open Monday through Friday, 8 to 5, and Saturday from 9 till 12.
Make your burger your style with delicious, hand-pressed, never-frozen AAA Angus beef and tons of fresh, tasty toppings. Fat Burger. Great taste sounds good, doesn't it?
Welcome back. Grace finds himself down 1-0 as they come to bat here in the first. We've got, let's see, number 2, Gunnar Robertson on the mound for Westlake. His warm-ups have been, he's been struggling a little bit in these warm-ups. Now, I understand it's not the same catcher as they normally have. Brody Boudreaux is going to be behind the plate tonight, but he's not their normal catcher.
Okay. Second baseman here, you can see there he's got plenty of locks for you and Doug.
Yes, he does.
Might have to get him to donate a few of them.
just donate just a little bit. We don't need that much.
Just from the ends.
Carson Courtright coming up to bat to get things started out here tonight for the Grace Christian Warriors. Our first pitch in their first strike.
You've been toying with us in that pregame warm-up, or that pre-inning warm-up.
Yes, because he threw that right in there.
On the bottom half of the strike zone, but it was in there for 0-2 now.
0-2 the count. Gunnar Robertson at the mound. That one's hit hard. Center field. That's going to be a base hit.
Oh, wow.
Mike could get more out of it. Yes, it went through the center fielder's legs. And that's a stand-up double for Carson Courtright. I think we're going to have an error on the center fielder here.
Would be fair.
And that brings up Luke Johnson.
Little pause for a moment while Courtright's getting his switching out the gear he needs.
Luke Johnson coming to bat. Left-handed batter with a man on second, no outs here in the Grace first.
Excellent way to get started here in this first inning.
Jay couldn't have scripted any better than that. That's in there for a ball.
Might have rattled the pitcher a little bit too. Let's see what happens here.
That's dinged into right field, and the catch is made. Runner's not going to be able to tag, so he'll stay at first, and there's out number 1. That brings up Seth Cook. Second baseman Seth Cook coming to the plate now. With the Warriors down by 1 and with 1 out in the bottom of the first. We've got Courtright on second, who made it to second after the ball rolled through the center fielder's legs out here. That's in there low for a ball.
A total change in skies from before the game to now, Scott. I mean, it's absolutely beautiful out here now.
Some crazy weather going on in the south, and I think I read that we're going to have some severe weather next week, or chance of it. 2-0 the count. Did he go? They check. No. Oh, yeah, it did. 2-1. Call it a strike. That looked to be a little outside.
Just a
3
bit
and 1.
outside.
Just a bit outside. What a great baseball movie.
What indeed. Yes, it was. Little
Now
visit.
we're going to have a little mound visit by the Westlake coach. He's behind in the count 3-1 to Seth Cook.
And famous Jeopardy song for the visiting team only.
Yeah, that is one of our go-to sports movies. Of course, we watch a lot of sports, but when we want a good baseball laugh, it's Major League and Bob Uecker.
Yeah. Good stuff there. Good stuff. Good classics.
That and Field of Dreams, I guess. Can't
Oh, my
go
goodness.
wrong there. Right?
After seeing the movie, it's just, I mean, after going to the field,
Oh, yeah, I'm still jealous of y'all for getting to go to that. All right, that one's going to be high, and that's going to allow the runner at second to get to third. Courtwright moves over to third after the pass ball, and that's going to be a walk.
stolen base on a walk. Kind of love it.
All right, that's going to bring up Cody Davis in the cleanup spot. He's got runners at the corners. 1 out here in the bottom of the first. Grace down by 1. That is slapped hard to left field. Going to go out over the fence over there. Foul.
Find somebody's windshield for him. They probably had misplaced it. Runners at the corners.
All right, here comes the pitch. 0-1 pitch is in the dirt. Ball 1, 1-1. Both teams trying to stop a 3-game losing skid. That's in there high for a ball, 2-1. Robertson's already walked 1 here in this first inning. Craig walked 1 in his half of the inning for Grace. Also struck out 1. And he steps off the mound. Now he'll reset. Here comes the 2-1 pitch. That's ball. 3-1. Just a bit high and outside. As the wind picks up again. Kind of died down there for a minute. That one's slapped hard left field. That one's going to be fair. One's going to score. Runner coming around second. And they're going to stop him at third. We've got runners at second and third, and this is a tie ball game. So Cody Davis gets an RBI. And that brings to the plate Maddox Attile. How did we say this name last time?
Adelise.
Adelise, that's
There
it.
you go. It's kind of like the emphasis of the word. Oh, my gosh.
That one's hit hard into center field. Center fielder going back to the wall, makes the catch. Runner tags at third. He's going to go home and score. That makes it 2-0. So Adelise still gets the RBI. And that brings up, let's see, Micah Palmer. That's another one I had to go down to the roster.
Yes.
I couldn't read the coach's handwriting. Micah Palmer is up now. First pitch to him is high. And that hit him. So he gets a pass after being hit by the ball, and so we've got runners at first and second now. 2 outs here in the bottom of the first, and Grace leads 2-1.
We went a spell there several games in a row where Jack Powell was the one that kept getting dinged, either in the leg, the shoulder, the back, somewhere in his pocket. So kind of spreading it around to somebody else now.
That's going to bring up Braden Wells. That's out. That's in there for a strike. That's in there for a strike.
Nice ball there.
0-2 the count.
Nicely thrown.
Runners at first and second. This one's hit into right, and that's going to go foul over the fence over there, over the visitors' dugout. Everybody goes back to where they were. And here comes the 0-2 pitch again. That's high for a ball, 1-2. Trying to get him to chase a little bit there, I guess.
Yeah. Kind of hastened his pace there on the mound. He seems to have thought he found a rhythm there.
That's inside. Out for a ball, 2-2.
Didn't quite get the break that he was looking for on that one.
Looked like to be a good pitch, just a little bit inside. That one's going to be a little bit outside. Now the count goes full. The pitcher got up in the count, and now the count has gone full after 3 straight balls. And that's low. Ball 4, bases loaded. So he's had 2 walks and a batter hit by a pitch here in this first inning. Wells gets on base, and now here comes Cooper Cartwright.
Warriors are liking this turn in the first inning to get base runners on.
Bases are loaded for Cooper Cartwright in the that 8th spot. That's a ball, 1-0. He's thrown 4 straight balls now, 5 straight balls, now 6 straight balls.
All right, this is like Texas A&M, right?
Yeah.
Isn't that where they do that?
2-0.
They start counting the balls after so long? Yeah.
A lot of things going on at Texas A&M.
Absolutely.
That one's inside for a ball. I think that's 7 in a row now. He's having a hard time finding the plate. 3-0 the count. That's low for a ball. He's going to walk a runner home. And now it is 3-0. That's the 3rd walk now for Robertson.
Yep, and there's another walk coming in right here to the mound.
Pitcher's coach is like, give me that ball. Give that to me.
Yes.
And we're going to have a new pitcher.
He's quite upset. You see him take that hat off and throw it down. So we'll take a quick break while they're warming up if you can, or if you want to get the number real quick.
That's A.J. Lee who's coming in to pitch.
All right. We'll go to our sponsors real quick. We'll be back whenever we come back in just a few moments, about a minute and 25 seconds.
Pitching change here for the Westlake Rams as they bring the second baseman to the mound. That's going to be A.J. Lee out there for the Rams. As Gunnar Robinson really was struggling with his control. Threw, I think, about 9 balls in a row there. Had 3 walks. Hit one batter with a pitch. No strikeouts in his time on the mound. Let's see how AJ does. He was putting him across the plate in warm-ups. Doesn't have a lot on him.
Yeah. And Robinson, former pitcher that was on the mound, they just swapped places.
Yeah, he's out here at second. Oh, and that hit him, and we're going to bring everybody around. The bases were loaded, so get another free run. And so that makes it now 4-1. 3 of those have been unearned. So AJ comes in and hits a batter. Let me update that. And now we're back at the top of the order, and Carson Courtwright's at the plate.
At a time here. Getting a pinch runner for the pitcher on first.
All right, so last time Courtwright was up, he got a double, but I think they're probably going to score that as a single because I think they're probably going to have an error on that.
Is that the one that came through the center fielder's legs?
Yeah.
Yeah, I believe so.
So we're just going to put that as a single.
Because it was definitely fieldable as slow as it was rolling. I think he just picked his head up too soon. Catcher's waiting for somebody to bring him a picnic basket, I believe.
You need a picnic basket?
Yeah. Yeah, boo-boo.
All right, Carson Courtwright is up to bat. We get this bat going. We're ready? Here we go. He scored earlier in this inning. And pitches in there low for a ball. 1-0.
Base runners all around.
Yeah, bases remain loaded. And the runners at second and third are going to be accredited to Robertson. Runner at first to A.J. Lee, who's on the mound now. And he's thrown his first strike of this outing, 1-1. That one had a little heat on it. A little low, but it had heat on it, 2-1.
Colonel Mustard there.
If he could get the heat and the control at the same time, that's in their first strike. He got it that time. 2-2.
Cooking with grease now.
Yeah. He's starting to find a little rhythm.
Yep.
2-2 pitch in there, low for a ball. Count goes full.
Smart batting right here can pay off for the Warriors greatly.
Mm-hmm.
Play that game with him a little bit, try to get him out of rhythm, out of sync.
Yeah, they called it a strike, and that's the third out of the inning. So A.J. Lee comes in, gets a strikeout of Carson Courtwright. Damage done, though. Grace leads it 4-1 as we go to the second here on 446 Sports.
Hi, I'm Kimberly Harrell, Certified Residential Appraiser. I am currently a leading provider of appraisal services for mortgage lending, employee relocation, estate planning, and community property settlements. My experience in real estate over the past 13 years and currently serving as president of the Greater Central Louisiana Realtors Association has given me a clear understanding of the real estate world and the ever-changing market we live in today. For any of your valuation needs, give me, Kimberly Harrell, a call.
Buying car insurance for the first time can be overwhelming. Do you have enough coverage? Are you paying too much? Will someone be there for you when the unexpected happens? I'm Jason Hawk with Farm Bureau Insurance. You may think it's easier online, But why wait? We're here to help you make sure you're covered. When it comes to car insurance, we have the answers, and we may have rates that save you money. So talk to Hawk at 318-791-HAWK or online at talktohawk.com and let us help you protect your biggest investments.
Going to the second inning, 4-1 Grace. Out of those 4 runs, 2 of those were earned in that first inning for the Warriors. The other 2 due to walks. They loaded up the bases on walks and a couple of hit batters. But finally, A.J. Lee able to come in and close out the Grace first inning. And so that brings up Westlake here in the second. All right, where are we in the lineup? See if you can see that number, that guy at the plate.
Oh, we'll see it here when he comes to first base.
Was he hit? Looks like it, yeah.
Just barely, as the donut, barely glazed. That's number 8.
That's number 8. So that was Brody Boudreaux. And that brings up Hadley Hardesty.
The catcher, that's why he's got a courtesy runner. Okay. Very tall fella at the gunner at the plate now. Don't know if that's his name or not, but big old boy.
Throws that in there for a strike. So far, Craig has struck out 1. He's walked 1, and he's hit a batter. Right now, he's got an 0-1 count. That was a good strike there on first pitch. As the wind picks up again here.
It does.
It'll pick up and slow down and pick up and slow down.
Southwest wind there, blowing straight out.
0-1 pitch is high and outside for a ball, 1-1.
Kind of a pitch out. We're going to try to catch that runner, and I think he could have caught him because it looked like he slipped a little bit on that dirt on the infield.
Runner getting a lead at first. 1-1. High, ball 2. Got Hadley Hardesty at the plate. He's a designated hitter. That's high for a ball. Now 3-1. Zach Craig on the mound for the Warriors. And he's behind in the count, 3-1. That's swing and a miss. Count goes full. That was a big swing.
Big swing.
I bet if Hadley got a piece of that, it's going to go for a while, especially with this wind blowing out.
Yes.
It may come right toward us because that wind's blowing right in our faces.
You're right.
Protect the gear.
I was just thinking
and that one's coming our way. It's going to be high and short and caught.
Seth Cook.
Caught by Seth Cook. So Seth catches the pop-up.
And loses his hat, but, you know, that's fine. I'd rather lose the hat and catch the pop-up.
That's right.
Way.
That's the first out of the second inning. Grace scored in the top of the first. Cash Martin got out there on a double, and he was able to score after a stolen base and a walk. Now we're going to have a meeting at the mound. We're going to come out and talk to Zach for a minute.
Doug likes to take these little cut-ups or cut up these little videos. We got a switch coming on or something happening here.
Yeah. Looks like Cooper Courtright is coming out of the game for some reason. I don't know if is he injured?
Well, I'm wondering because the way they're looking at him and they put their arm around him walking over there, something didn't seem to do anything wrong.
Grace already down a couple of guys. Now they've got Cooper Courtright over there talking to him. It's a long pause here as they look at Cooper over on the far side. You want to take a little time out here while we're having this break?
We'll take that. We'll
All
come
right.
back in just a moment. You're watching 446 Sports.
Our mobile banking app is changing the way we bank. Things are getting easier, transactions are getting safer, and you have access 24/7. All the functionality of banking you're used to, made easier to use, anywhere, anytime, and more secure than ever. Simple, seamless, safe. Download our mobile app today.
Is your vision just not as crisp and clear as it used to be? Are you having difficulty driving, especially at night? Are you over 40 and now needing reading glasses? If so, the trusted eye care team at Wallace Eye Associates is here to help with your family's eye care needs, just like we have been for nearly 40 years. Call Wallace Eye Associates today at 318-448-4488 to schedule your next eye evaluation.
BK Distributors is proud to support high school athletics on 446 Sports. BK is the one-stop shop for trophies, banners, awards, letter jackets, and just about anything award-related. And now, welcome BK Apparel and BK Promotions to the family for all your spirit apparel needs and anything you need to brand your business. When you think of anything you need with your name on it, think BK. Check them out on Facebook or at bkdistrib.com. BK Distributors, Apparel and Promotions in Pineville.
Hi, I'm Kimberly Harrell, Certified Residential Appraiser. I am currently a leading provider of appraisal services for mortgage lending, employee relocation, estate planning, and community property settlements. My experience in real estate over the past 13 years and currently serving as president of the Greater Central Louisiana Realtors Association has given me a clear understanding.
Welcome back. Looks like Cooper's back over at first, so I'm not sure what was going on there. But we're back to play.
That one in there for a strike.
Strike one. All right, we have, should be A.J. Lee, number one, who is the current pitcher for Westlake. And he slaps one. Taken by the shortstop. Throw to first. Did he get him?
I didn't see the umpire call, but must have.
It appears he did, yes. I never saw the signal from the umpire. But there is two gone here in the second.
Advance the runner over to second, though.
We have number 11 at second, and he's in there running for Brody Boudreaux. Gunnar Robertson's coming out. He started the game at pitcher. Struggled and was moved to second. A.J. Lee took his spot on the mound. See how he does behind the plate, or at the plate. That's low and in the dirt. Ball one.
Ball two.
We had ball two already?
Yeah, that was the first pitch. He was a ball, and he was kind of low like that as well.
Two and oh. Swing and a miss. Strike one. 2-1.
Now, in case anybody's wondering why you and I are back out here, I'm Scott. See, here I go. I'm calling Doug Scott. Call Scott Doug. Doug is getting ready for a wedding tomorrow.
Yeah, Doug's son is getting married. Congratulations.
Like we talked about the last time. Well, that's
Noah
the last
getting married.
That's the last of the Gann boys. All the Slingo ladies, you missed your chance.
Congratulations to Noah and his bride. They're going to be getting married on Saturday. Congratulations to Doug. I know he's excited. Full count now.
I'm already working a joke because I plan on going to the wedding tomorrow. Not again.
That's high for a ball and walked him. That is the second walk of the night by Zach Craig. And that's going to bring up to the plate Peyton Kyle. Peyton Kyle at the plate for the Rams. Grace leads us 4-1. We're in the top of the second. We're an hour into this game. We've just now made it to the top of the second. High for a ball. We've had a couple of mound visits. Had a timeout a few moments ago. What looked to be a little minor injury or something was going on. We'll put that on the list of things to ask Coach at the end of the game. That one's hit high into right field. Under it, caught. Good catch there by Braden Wells, and that ends the top of the first. No runs, no hits, no errors. We go to the bottom of the second, 4-1 Rams here on 4-1 Warriors here on 446 Sports.
There was a huge assembly, and then he came to the gym, and he announced it.
I would like to honor a Warrior that is right here.
I was diagnosed with Wilms tumor kidney cancer.
Colin McGee. We're going to fly you and your family to Universal Studios in Los Angeles to meet Adam Levine. Yes.
I got there, and then we went to Santa Monica Pier, and the water felt good, and I found a bunch of cool rocks. And then we went to The Voice the next day. I got to meet Adam Levine after the show, which was amazing.
I'm Bob Giles, and I believe every business should give back. Join me at gilesgivesback.com.
It all started with a sketch on a napkin. An idea created by two walk-on bench warmers. And after 10 years of hard work and perseverance to turn their dream into a reality, it's the #1 sports bar in America.
Welcome to Walk On.
Walk-ons, because everyone needs a little playing time.
Hi, I'm Kimberly Harrell, Certified Residential Appraiser. I am currently a leading provider of appraisal services for mortgage lending, employee relocation, estate planning, and community property settlements. My experience in real estate over the past 13 years and currently serving as president of the Greater Central Louisiana Realtors Association has given me a clear understanding of the real estate world and the ever-changing market we live in today. For any of your valuation needs, give me, Kimberly Harrell, a call.
Going to the bottom of the second. Leading us up, or bottom of the third.
Oh, no, you're right.
Yeah, we're
Second,
second.
you're
Yeah.
right.
And I make enough mistakes on my own without. Going to the bottom of the second here, and Luke Johnson leading it off. He popped up last time up. And he's going to take a ball in there, 1-0. Now, I think you're wishful thinking it's the third.
Yeah, I was.
Seems like we should be in the third by now.
Some games we would be. Oh, my gosh.
That one's hit hard, right field, gone. Was it fair? It
Nope.
looked like it was
Called
just
it foul.
fair.
Yeah,
they call it foul.
Both of them are calling it foul.
Man, that looked like it was just inside the pole from my vantage point, but we didn't have it on camera, so it never happened, right?
We got something on camera. I just don't know if we got the ball going that way because it was getting out of here in a hurry.
As it is, it's 1-1.
See if you get another shot at it.
Yeah, just pull it inside just a little bit more.
Yeah,
Just,
not too much because we're
Yeah.
over here towards that direction.
yeah. That went out about, 50 feet from us? Maybe a little bit farther.
Yeah, 60-ish, 70. 73 and 2/4.
2-1. That one's hit on the ground. Same way. It's going to pop up over the first baseman's head and get in there for a single. That ball was hit hard. That first baseman tried to field it.
He did. If he'd have fielded that one, he'd have been on to something for sure.
Mm-hmm. So we'll credit Luke with a single. That brings up Seth Cook. He walked last time up. Four to 1, Grace with the lead here in the second inning. There's nobody out, one on first, and there comes a strike. So by my count, that is 2 hits for the game now for the Warriors.
Right.
And 1 hit for Westlake. That one's popped right. And it's going to be 0-2. You keeping up with hits and balls over there, too?
Yes, 0-2. There we go.
All right.
Throw
No,
it back.
I mean overall, as far as how many have been thrown.
No, I have not.
Oh, okay.
No, I'm not keeping up with a pitch
I'm
count
just-
as far as the number of pitches thrown now.
I'm just making little scratch notes.
One of the other programs I had actually would do that, and I never did use it with that one either, but this one does not have that availability on there.
0-2. Swing and a miss. Strike him out. And so Seth goes down on strikes. And that brings up Cody Davis. Cody had an RBI his last time up. He popped up, but was able to get the RBI last time. First pitch, low for a ball. Want to know the count. Pitch is low for a ball. 2-0. A.J. Lee on the mound. He's had 1 strikeout. He's hit a batter. Throws over the first. Unable to get the pick over there. As the runner gets back, that's going to be Luke Johnson.
LJ using that long
Running.
body to get back to that bag.
Swing and a miss. Strike 1, 2-1. Here comes the 2-1 pitch. Yep. Going to throw over and try to get a tag at first again. And Luke gets back.
You could almost count those throwbacks. I know they're not officially pitches, but you would think it does something on the arm there.
Mm-hmm. There he goes again. There's 3 in a row where he's trying to pick off Luke Johnson.
I don't know if Grace Christian has had their prom yet, but he's definitely giving him some attention.
Yes. That's slap foul. We're off the third baseline. Count is 2-2 now. Got LSU women's basketball going on tonight and LSU men's baseball going on tonight.
Baseball's already underway. The basketball should be starting in about 8 minutes. Huh?
Yeah. Man, I tell you what, I was at that series this past weekend, and the way those LSU hitters were hitting.
What?
I was hearing the ding of the bat in my sleep.
That was at an Arkansas game, your alma mater,
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
First game you said was beautiful, huh?
My poor Razorbacks were slapped around. And, of course, you know, everybody at the game that I'm with, they're all LSU, and so I heard about it all weekend.
So it was not a woo pig. It was like, woo, stop.
Yeah, he was make it stop, yes. All right, there's a strikeout. Cody Davis goes back to the dugout. And that brings up Adelise. Get an RBI his last time up. I think he was the one that had the pop-up. The runner was able to tag and get home. That's a tip back, 0-1 the count.
Hitting off that fascia up there by the windows of the press box.
Try to pick off the runner at first again. Luke has lived in that dirt.
Yes. Mama is not going to like that.
Yeah. And Luke takes off. They're going to try to pick him at second. Nobody's home. Nobody was home at second base.
The ball got there nicely.
Yeah, but there was nobody over there to field it. And so Luke's still second.
Maybe they said, that boy's too dirty. We don't want to fool with him.
That's one you would think the shortstop would come over. And I think he just kind of got tied up.
1-1.
1-1. That's hard hit. Fielded by the shortstop. Throw to first. Got him. And that's the third out of the inning. So Grace does not score in their half of the second. We go to the third. It's 4-1 Warriors here on 446 Sports. BK Distributors is proud to support high school athletics on 446 Sports. BK is the one-stop shop for trophies, banners, awards, letter jackets, and just about anything award-related. And now, welcome BK Apparel and BK Promotions to the family for all your spirit apparel needs and anything you need to brand your business. When you think of anything you need with your name on it, think BK. Check them out on Facebook or at bkdistrib.com. BK Distributors, Apparel and Promotions in Pineville.
Make your burger your style with delicious, hand-pressed, never-frozen AAA Angus beef and tons of fresh, tasty toppings. Fat Burger. Great taste sounds good, doesn't it?
Uh, 4-1 here as we start the third inning tonight. Warriors lead it. And who's coming up to bat now? We should be back at the top of the order, Jace Dawson. This should be number 3 up at the plate. That one's hit hard into left field. And a drifting towards center, and that hits the wall. Unable to make a play on it, but they're going to do a good job of getting the ball back in the infield and holding him at first. So that was a big swing for just a single base there.
First pitch, yeah.
But that's the second hit of the ball game for the Rams, and that's Jace Dawson.
At first inning, they got something started quick and made a score. So.
Yeah, Cash Martin was able to get a double in the first. Stole a base and then got home on a walk. That's high for a ball. Cash Martin up to bat now in the second spot. 1-0 to count.
Good lead off of first base.
Pitch is in there for a strike. Good throw there by Craig. Craig's given up a couple of walks. He's hit a batter, has this one strikeout for the night. That's in there for a ball, 1-1.
Could be 2-1, yeah. 2 balls.
Yes, 2-1.
Big swing and a miss.
Big swing. 2-2.
Thought you was working on something on your notebook there. That's why I figured I'd jump in.
Just counting up A.J. Lee, who came in relief for the Rams, thrown 3 strikeouts now.
Wow.
Had 1 to end that first and then 2 last inning. Here we've got a 2-2 count. And Cash Martin, who hit a double his first time up.
A little stare down war going on there.
Play a little wah, wah, wah. That's high for a ball. Count goes full.
halfway expect a throwback.
Got a runner at first. That's Jace Dawson. Hit a single just a few moments ago. That one's hit into center field. And they're back too deep. It's going to drop. That's going to bring the runner around second. Now coming to third. It hops and he's safe. Everybody's safe at second and third. Cash Martin gets another double. So Cash Martin has been up to bat twice, and he's doubled both times. And he brings Dawson around to third. And so now we have runners at second and third, no outs here in the third inning. And that brings up Trey Brown, number 18, to the plate. Swing and a miss, 0-1.
They put that ball, hit it where they ain't kind of thing.
Another swing and a miss, strike two.
Just thinking about that last hit was.
Yeah, the outfield was just playing just a little bit too far out. Couldn't come up and make the play.
Yep.
They're playing back deep again. And kind of shifted. That one slapped over and hits the fence in front of the fans over there.
Who are very glad that
Yeah,
that fence is there.
They are.
There might have been a few of them that picked the feet up on that one.
You know, back in my day, didn't have a fence.
You right about that.
That's high for a ball, 1-2.
It's kind of like where it was at the Field of Dreams. You had a backstop and no more fencing.
1-2 the count. Runners at second and third. That one's on the field. That's going to score a run. May score two. It is. Runner comes around third. And that's 2 runs scored. And a double for Trey Brown. So they've woken up the bats here in this third inning. And we now have a 4-3 ball game after 2-run score off the double by Trey Brown.
And no outs.
No outs. So Brown's at second. This is going to bring up Ethan Kuntz, the first baseman. First pitch. High for a ball. Want to know the count. Rams have scored 2 here. In the top of the third to get within 1, 4-3. That one's in there for a ball, 2-0.
He turned on it looking at it really hard, didn't ever commit to the swing, but he watched it quick. Watched it strong, rather.
Ethan Kuntz at the plate for the Rams. 2-0 count. That one's hitting as a second hit batter of the night by Zach Craig. And that's going to bring up the Brody Boudreaux. Zach Craig trying to. Now we're going to have a meeting at the mound. As Coach Brown has said, I've seen enough here. We need to chat. Maybe he'll be getting a new pitcher.
Just might. Kind of looks like the stance, but.
Yeah, he just brings everybody from the infield in on the mound. There's one runner on.
Yeah, he's got one going out to the bullpen now. Going to start warming up. So
we've got 2 runs scored in this third for the Westlake Rams, and they pulled within 1, 4-3. Big first inning for Grace Christian, and that was really self-inflicted wounds by the Westlake Rams. As The pitcher walked 3, hit 1 with a pitch. And the next pitcher came in, hit 1 with a pitch. But then after that, he's thrown 3 strikeouts.
Wow. Yeah.
Now, there's not a whole lot of heat on those pitches he's throwing, but he's putting them where he wants them. As they play Colin Baton Rouge here in
My goodness.
the ballpark. That usually gets the crowd singing along. Always love when that comes on at a game, and I'm with Pineville Mayor Rich Dupree.
Huh.
And he starts singing along to
Oh,
it and
my.
clapping, and he loosens up.
Come on. Wow. So much for the tie and jacket, huh?
Yeah, every time LSU would score the other day, he would just go, Powie. I was like, bro.
Powie. Love it.
Come on, man. Yeah, I'm going to have to stop going to games with him and his wife.
Oh, God.
It usually doesn't end well for my team.
Oh, your team. Not good.
I got to get on him a little bit last year year before last after the
goodness.
football game. There's a pitch in the dirt, gets away from him, and that's going to advance the runners. So now we have runners at second and third. Well, those mosquitoes have come out now. Should have brought the off. That's low, ball 2.
The other day we were out here, and they were like little gnats. I don't know that they were mosquitoes, but they were just everywhere.
These are definitely mosquitoes.
Mm.
Them big Louisiana kind.
They must be our true blood Louisiana ones, because with all this wind blowing, they're able to
Oh.
stay here.
And now we're going to have a meeting at the mound. Catcher comes out. Well, we're down at went to Holly Beach here a couple of weeks ago. Took the camper down. A couple of friends came down from Arkansas and joined me.
Expect a pitch and change coming up here. Go ahead.
It looks like it had us little guys weekend, but man, I tell you what, we were eating up on Friday night. Mosquitoes. If you go to Holly Beach, take some off. We're gonna have a pitching change. We'll take a timeout. Come back with a new pitcher in just a moment. 4-3, Grace leads here in the third on 446 Sports.
There was a huge assembly, and then he came to the gym and he announced it.
I would like to honor a warrior that is right here.
I was diagnosed with Wilms tumor kidney cancer.
Colin McGee.
Number 3. That's Jack
We're going to
Powell.
fly you and your family to Universal Studios
yes,
in
Jack
Los
Powell.
Angeles to meet Adam Levine. Yes.
He's got a little more speed
Got
to him.
there, and then we went to Santa Monica Pier, and the water felt good, and I found a bunch of cool rocks. And then we went to The Voice the next day. I got to meet Adam Levine after the show, which was amazing.
I'm Bob Giles, and I believe every business should give back. Join me at gilesgivesback.com.
Buying car insurance for the first time can be overwhelming. Do you have enough coverage? Are you paying too much? Will someone be there for you when the unexpected happens? I'm Jason Hawk with Farm Bureau Insurance.
Can I
You
tell
may
you
think
how
it's easier
nice it
online,
was
but
that
why wait? We're here
today
to
was
help
the
you make
last
sure
day
you're
for a
covered.
week off now.
When it comes to car
without
insurance,
kids. With no
we
snow.
have the
That
answers.
sounds nice.
And we may have rates that save you money.
Oh yeah, y'all
So
take
talk
your
to Hawk
spring
at
break.
318-791-HAWK.
Yeah, my
or
grandkids
online
took
at
their spring break
talktohawk.com.
3
Let
weeks
us help
ago.
you
My son
protect your
took
biggest
his last
investment.
week.
For a lifetime of the best
Well, in
possible
Arkansas, they don't get the Mardi Gras
Oh,
break.
that's right. That's right.
Associates, where our tradition
That's
of eye
right.
care excellence
When I
in
first came down
Santa
here, I was
spans
like, Mardi
nearly
Gras,
40
what?
years.
What?
You get off.
You get out of school for
Family
what?
eye exam, to
2
cataract
days?
and
Are you
glaucoma
kidding?
evaluation.
And I guess down
Trust
south,
your
they probably get a
vision to
week
the
off.
experienced
Yeah.
eye
I'm like,
professionals
what?
at Wallace Eye Associates.
I didn't realize that was like a
Call Wallace Eye
statewide
Associates
holiday.
Today at 318-448-4048
Laissez les bons
to
temps
schedule
rouler,
your
huh?
next eye evaluation.
See, I don't understand why this one
Appliance Parts Company in Alexandria has all your major appliance parts needs. We sell parts to all major appliances as well as new appliances, including window units, chest, and upright freezers. Appliance Parts originally opened its doors on Lee Street in 1972, and we're now open at a new location on Memorial Drive to serve you better. Stop by, say hey to our crew, and check out our awesome holiday gifts. Appliance Parts, 2208 Memorial Drive in Alexandria next to Target. Open Monday through Friday, 8 to 5, and Saturday from 9 till 12.
All right, so we're hot. We're live, right?
Yes, yeah.
We-
A little behind the scenes playing around there.
Jack Powell is our new pitcher for Grace, as the Warriors holding on to a 4-3 lead here in the top of the third. Bats have really got going here for the Westlake Rams. No outs. And that is in there for ball 3. And no, he thought he had ball 4, but they call it a strike. 3-1.
No, don't go anywhere just yet.
He said, just wait a minute here.
At least have one more shot at this.
3-1 to count. We have a runner at second. And now there's ball 4.
Yep.
So Jack walks. First batter he faces. And that's going to bring up the next batter.
And his courtesy runner on first there.
All right, where are we in this lineup?
Because that was number 8 that just batted. That was
Okay,
the
so
catcher.
now we're at Hardley Hardesty,
Yes.
the designated hitter, number 19.
6'4", it looks like.
Yeah, if he gets a hold of that ball, he's definitely got home run power. Runners, well, we got bases loaded. And that one is popped up and caught. And so there's out number 1 here in the third inning for the Rams.
Good catch there by LJ to run up on the infield.
But the bases remain loaded. One gone for the Rams. And turn a double play here. Get out of this inning.
That would be sweet.
This is going to be in their first strike. It's A.J. Lee at the plate. He's our current pitcher for the Rams, who's done a good job since he came in late in the first. Swing and a miss. Strike 2.
Have you ever umpired?
No, I have not. I don't think that's anything I'd ever want to do.
I did, and I said I did not want anything behind the dish. I will take the field all day long.
I don't think I'd want to be any kind of a referee or umpire. You heard what people say about those?
Oh, got him on the
Those
swinging.
guys? All right, take him down, and that's going to be a strikeout. And out number 2.
Nice showing there for the second batter for Jack Powell.
Jack Powell comes up, gets a strikeout. And he's got a couple outs today. He forced a man to pop up a few moments ago, and then he gets a strikeout. Now we've got Peyton Kyle in at the plate. And that's in there for a ball, 1-0. The count. Kicks his leg, deals. That's low for a ball. 2-0. High for a ball. Count 3-0. Bases are still loaded here. There's Jack Powell's in there trying to get the Warriors out of a jam.
Which might be what I'm looking for whenever I get home is some peanut butter and jam.
Yeah, that does sound good. That's inside for a ball, and he walked a runner home. And so now we are tied. That is the second walk of the game for Powell. And that one's costly, gives up a run. And bases are still loaded for Gavin Robertson coming in.
That evens up the score at 4 apiece.
Mm-hmm. Actually, we're back at the top of the order. This is Jace Dawson in there. Jace has already scored in this inning. Jace had a single his last time up. It was a big hit single all the way out to the wall in center field. And that was hit into center field again, left center field, or right center field. And that's going to score a run. And so now the Rams have taken a 1-0 lead.
A long hit for station to station.
Mm-hmm. Credit Courtright out here for getting that ball back into the infield to limit the damage.
All the way back down to home plate. He fired that one all the way to 4.
And so bases are still loaded, and now it's Rams leading by 1. 4 runs scored in this inning by Westlake. Gray scored 4 in the first. Here comes the pitch, high for a ball, 2-0. Powell's walked a couple of batters here on 1 strikeout. We've got 2 outs in the inning. Desperately trying to get that 3rd out to get the Warriors back up to bat. And now time is called. Catcher comes out. Going to have a little discussion with the pitcher. And all the clapping that you're hearing and the noise is all coming from the visitors' dugout over here. They don't have but a handful of fans that they've brought, but the players are very lively over in that dugout. They're feeling good about things, up 5-4.
Bases loaded, absolutely.
Bases are loaded. They've scored 4 runs in this inning. That's in there for a strike. Took him a minute to call it. Oh, they're calling that a ball. 2-0.
Nope, they get it, put a
Okay,
strike
now
on
they
it.
put up a strike. 2-1. I thought I saw the give the strike call. 2-1 the countdown. Two-one pitch in there for a strike, 2-2. All right, let's see if Powell can get one more strike to this guy and get the Warriors out of this jam.
Yeah, those last 2 nice strikes, after that visit Cody Davis gave him, some maybe told him something, helped him out. Good catcher should.
That's inside for a ball, and he walked in another run.
Must have nicked him.
So another run comes home, and now it is 6-4. Well, the smell from the concession stand smells good over here, doesn't it?
Yeah, that's just wrong.
Yeah, it is. That's torture. 6-4 now as the big inning continues for the Rams. They've scored 5. That's in their first strike.
Jack starts out well. He usually gets that first strike in there. Seemed to have lost focus a little bit after that on these last few batters.
Bases remain loaded. They've been loaded for a while. And that's in there for a ball. 1-1. This is Cash Martin up to bat. Cash had 2 doubles in this ball game so far.
There's that if you need it.
All right. That's low for a ball. Yeah, that's much better. Thank you.
You're welcome. Because that dark set from here is hard to see the umpire. But with that camera, it does a nice job of brightening it up there.
2-1 count. Pitcher deals, and that's inside for a ball. Now 3-1. Already walked in a couple of runs here. In fact, walked in 3 runs.
Yeah, kind of like Warriors were the beneficiary of in that first inning.
Yep. And that's high. Oh, they call a strike. Good job, Blue. 3-2 the count.
Nice.
The count goes full. So we'll get this third strike. Here comes the payoff pitch. In there for a strike. Took him down swinging, and Grace gets out of the inning. But the damage was done. 5 runs put up by the visitors in that frame. We'll go to the home half of the third in just a minute with Grace down by 2 runs, 6-4 here on 446 Sports.
Hi, I'm Kimberly Harrell, Certified Residential Appraiser. I am currently a leading provider of appraisal services for mortgage lending, employee relocation, estate planning, and community property settlements. My experience in real estate over the past 13 years and currently serving as president of the Greater Central Louisiana Realtors Association has given me a clear understanding of the real estate world and the ever-changing market we live in today. For any of your valuation needs, give me, Kimberly Harrell, a call.
Make your burger your style with delicious, hand-pressed, never-frozen AAA Angus beef and tons of fresh, tasty toppings. Fat Burger. Great taste sounds good, doesn't it?
Our mobile banking app is changing the way we bank. Things are getting easier.
Coming to the home half of the third inning with Grace Christian down 6-4 to the Rams of Westlake. Both teams trying to stop a 3-game losing skid. And that was a big inning just a few moments ago by Westlake. Up to the plate now is Micah Palmer. He was hit by a pitch his last time up.
And go ahead.
He's got 1-0 count here. That's in there for a strike, 1-1.
I was just going to say, if you're watching on Facebook, you might want to make your way over to YouTube, a much better video feed that you get to see the game from. It's just Facebook compresses it down so much where you're only getting like 480, maybe 720 at best, but typically 480, whereas on YouTube you can get the full 1080p experience.
That's a clear picture for those who don't understand all the numbers that you're throwing out there.
I'm sorry, I'm nerding out a little bit. But yes, you're right.
It's going to be a prettier picture. That's.
It's kind of like
that way.
It's kind of like when we as kids we used to paint. We'd get my sister's toothbrush and I'd dip it in the paint and we would run our thumb across the bristles and it would splatter paint on the canvas. And so we would kind of splatter and do different color paints and kind of get it and organize. You step way back and it looks good, but when you get up, you see all the pixels. Same thing with 720 versus 1080. The pixels are much smaller on 1080.
Thank you for that little.
How about that?
TV. I'm trying to think. We're at 2-1 now on the count. My mind's a little blown right now.
Elementary foolishness. How about that?
3-1 now, the count.
But Doug would be happy because there was no joke involved.
That's hit on the ground and gets out into center field for a base hit. So good job. Palmer getting a single. Now coming up to bat, Braden Wells. He walked his last time up. As Grace trying to get back in this one, down by a couple of runs after a 5-run third inning by Westlake.
Charging because I guess he squared around for a bunt, and then the And third baseman, I mean, I don't know if you saw that or not, Scott, but that third baseman was like full run.
Wells looking like he's squaring the bunt. Now he pulls it back. Swing and a miss. Strike one.
Third baseman was not fazed by that either. He didn't try to track his way back.
0-1 the count. We have a runner at first. Third baseman comes charging in. Now he'll bunt it. On the ground to the pitcher. Pitcher picks it up, throws it to first, gets the tag out there. And the runner is safe at second. So on the fielder's choice, they go for the first. And the runner goes safely to second. That does advance him. So Palmer's at second. And now we've got Cooper Courtright coming up. Courtright walked his last time up, part of that big first inning for Grace. And he takes ball one.
Like the old ball coach used to tell him, you don't have to get them all back at once.
That's right.
But you got to get at least one of them. Get the first one.
Only two down, and still a lot of baseball left to be played here in a slow-moving game.
Yep, got to play 5.
On this Friday night. 6-4 our score. The Rams lead the Warriors. And the pitch gets away from him. And so on the pass ball, the runner will go to third. Did he get the tag?
No.
No, he's safe. Matter of fact, he lost the ball.
Yep, threw the wings up.
And so the runner goes to third. And we'll have a 3-0 count with a runner now advancing to third on the pass ball. So the tying run is at the plate with a 3-0 count. Pitcher deals in there for a strike, 3-1.
Anyhow, so once you get over to YouTube, give us a subscribe to us. We could really help us out. We're on the road to 1,000. We're getting closer and closer, but every one of them